Hey guys, so I'm finally doing one of my most requested videos, which is the what are your favorite MAC brushes and the uses for them. So I love all my MAC brushes. I think it's very important to use a lot of brushes if you are planning on being a makeup artist, or if you just want to have the professional look all the time, or if you're freelancing. I think it's very important to use the specific proper brushes for whatever you want to get done. So I have quite a lot of brushes in here, as you can see. So I'll just give you a rundown through all of them and what I really use them for. So I'll start off with my MAC 242 brush. It's a flat shader brush. It's similar to the MAC 239, but it's just a little bit longer. So I think this is awesome to use with pigments, shadows. I use this every morning. Lately I've been really loving this brush, so it really works well with pigments, any flat eyeshadows. You can use this to apply paint pots, any base for your eyes. What else? Yeah, pretty much you can use this with a lot of eye products because it's awesome. I remember when I first purchased this brush, I used to use it for concealer, but it's just a little bit too rough to go under the eye. So it's really good for other eye products that you would use on your lids and stuff. So that's a really good brush. And the next one was the 239 MAC brush, which is the flat shader brush as well. This is a really good brush for applying eyeshadows. I really like this for eyeshadows. Not so much with the paint pots. I just think the 242 does a better job at paint pots or your own fingers. This is okay with pigments. It's not the greatest brush, but it's still really good as just like a panned eyeshadow, putting it in and applying it to your lid. So this is also a really good brush to also have. The next one is the 226 tapered MAC brush, and this is really good for defining your crease area because it's really pointed at the top, as you can see, and it's perfect for the crease, like if you want a really precise crease, or if you also do artistry on your face, like let's say you're doing Halloween stuff and you want to, get a fine pointed line. This has a really nice tip, so if you wanted to just make the outline with this and shade it out a bit, it would be perfect for that. So I think this is a really must-have because it's one of the best brushes I've used to define, but I'm not sure if it's still available because it is limited edition, so maybe they'll re-release it again. The next one is the 219 tapered brush, which is like the smaller version of this, like really baby small. This is awesome for smudging out liner. You can also do crease. I remember when I first purchased the brush, I used to apply lid color with this because I think it packs on the color really nicely. So this is a really multi-purpose brush, and it's also really good for lining under your lash line, to sort of smoke it out and stuff. So it's really good for that. The 208 MAC brush. This is awesome for doing eyebrows. I love this brush for eyebrows. I use it only for eyebrows, unless if my liner isn't sharpened, I will just use this with carbon and line it and kind of smudge it out a bit. But it's really good. I think you should always have an angled brush for your eyebrows because like the eyebrows are on your face, like they're one of the things that stand out the most. So it's really good for perfecting your eyebrows for those little gaps inside. The next one is the 227 MAC brush. This is the highlighter brush. You can use it to highlight under your brows or right here. What is this? Like kind of under your eye and anywhere where the light would hit. And you can also use this down the nose with your highlighter, and it'll just slim down your nose, or you know, anything for contouring. This brush is really good. I think it's kind of a multi-purpose brush because you can pack on lid color with this, and you can use it for highlighting too, and it's just a really nice brush. It's super soft and it's pretty dense, so I think this is a really good brush. But the next brush I'm going to talk about is it'll kind of make you not need this brush. So the brush I'm talking about is the 224 brush. This is like one of the best brushes that you can probably get at MAC because it does everything. Like, what I mean by everything is that you can put on your lid color, you can add your crease color, and you can also highlight. So it's like a 3-in-1, and it blends out too. I would suggest using a brush cleanser between all those, just so you know you don't mix up so many colors. But if you're putting on your lid color and then applying this, applying your crease color, after the crease color I would wash it off, I would add the highlight and then blend everything out, and then it would be like perfect. So this is like a must-have. If I could recommend one brush, it would probably be this one because it's my favorite brush. The next one is the 222, it's not so tapered, but skinny domed brush, I guess. This brush is really good. I use this a lot for my outer corner for creating the shape. It's really precise because if you want to, let's say, go up and make it angled and then sweep it in, it'll work perfectly for that. And defining the crease is really good for this. Like, you can really define the crease, like with any darker color than what's on top, and blend it out. It'll be perfect for just adding that nice bam of crease color. So this brush is really good. Next one is my 231 brush, which is kind of messed up looking. It's like a flat, really tiny flat shader brush. They say you can use this for eyeshadow, but I use it for my fluid lines because I think this brush is the best brush I found to use with fluid lines because it's so nicely applied. It's like flawless. And I think this would kind of work well with paint pots for just applying the base color. I haven't tried it, but I will try it. I'm going to try and upload a video where I'm using a paint pot with like pigments and whatever. So I'll try it with this brush because I love this brush. Like, for liner, best brush ever. And Fafinette, like, bring this into my eyes. Like, I was watching one of her videos and she said that this was really good for eyeliner, so I got it, and I was like, that was the happiest day of my life because my eyeliner has always been perfect. Alright, I think that's it with the, oh, one more. The 217 fluffy brush. This is good for blending out harsh lines. You can use it to apply your crease color, and you can also use it to shape it up out here and sweep it in. But I think the 222 is better for that. And this is just for adding the color above your lid. And yeah, this is just a good brush. So if you want it or need it, you can go and get it. And I'm just going to put in 2 of the Sephora brushes. This is the Sephora rounded crease brush, which is similar to the 224 brush. I think they're both pretty much the same. The MAC one is a bit softer, but this one's still good for applying crease color. It really smokes it out, and it's a cheaper alternative. The next one is the concealer brush from Sephora. I don't like this brush. It's really hard under the eyes, but it works well with paint pots for your lids. So this is a good brush, and it's a cheaper alternative to the MAC one. But I have a sensitive under eye area, so I don't really like to use this brush for concealer. I prefer my finger. Alright, so let's get on with face brushes. The first one is the 129 MAC brush, and this is the blush brush. And you just apply it to the apple of your cheeks. It's so easy to blend it out. Sometimes I use it to apply bronzer. You can like squish it together if you want, and you can use it for highlighting. So if you want to highlight down your nose or just right above your cheekbones, and yeah, it's really good for that. You can also use it for contouring by doing the same technique where you squeeze it in and you kind of contour and then you really blend it out. So it's really good, and I think everyone should have a blush brush. The next one is the 187 MAC Duo Fiber brush. So it's basically synthetic and goat hair all in one. And it's a stippling brush. So what you would do is apply your foundation. You don't need a lot. And you would just stipple it on your face first. First, let's, you know, cover the whole face by stippling it. And then you would blend it. And it gives you a flawless finish. Like, I love this brush. Also, you can use it for bronzer. You can use it for blush. And yeah, it's just good for bronzer, foundation, and blush. I really like it. Like, especially blush, it's very lightweight when you apply it, so it doesn't look too cakey. The next one is the MAC 109 brush. This is like my everyday brush for foundation. The only downfall of this brush that I found is that it sheds like crazy. Every single day I cannot go without it shedding. So that's the thing that I hate about it, but it gives me the best foundation application. Like, I can't, like, hands down, no other brush will beat this because this is just the best. So what I do is in the morning I spray it with Fix Plus, about 2 sprays on it, and I take my MAC Studio Fix fluid and I pump the foundation on here. Then I would just stick it on my face, here, 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 and then I'll go about blending it all out. And I think the Fix Plus really helps with it. It just gives you a more flawless finish. The next one is the fan brush, which is the 184, and this is really good for lightweight blush. You can use it for contouring. I've used it before for that, and it gives you a really nice finish. Also highlighting down the nose, above the cheekbones, awesome brush. And this is good for with your blot powder or any loose powder. I think this works well with that. If you need touch-ups during the day, it's so nice, easily applied, and it's not as oily. Your face won't be as oily, so it's an awesome, awesome brush. The next one is the MAC 188 brush, which is the sister of the 187. You don't need both, but I just bought both because I wanted to see how both of them worked. This is more for really perfecting your foundation. Like, if you want to take the extra time to make it really precise and perfect, this is the brush to go for. This is also good for blush, and this is excellent for contouring and highlighting. This is my favorite brush for contouring and highlighting, hands down. So this brush is just awesome. I love it, and it's a half goat hair, half synthetic brush as well. So I love it. The 131, this was a limited edition brush. It's a flat dual fiber. So as you can see, this one's round, this one's flat. This is good for applying mineralized skin finishes, contouring, highlighting, and you can use it with liquid foundations. But I don't find that the liquid foundation is the best for this. But mineralized skin finishes is like the best for this. Like, it applies it so nicely and it just looks flawless. The 190 brush, I love this brush. Like, this brush is the best brush for foundation that's like flat like this. A lot of people don't like this brush, but I like it. Like, I've heard a lot of reviews and seen them, and a lot of people typically don't like this brush. I don't know why, but it works really well for me. I love it with cream based foundations. It's really good for that, and also some liquid foundations. But yeah, and it's so soft. I love it. The next one is the MAC 190 brush. I love this brush for concealer. It works really nicely. I used to use it with my liquid foundations, but then I stopped, and I just really like it for concealer. This is a really nice brush. It's very soft. And the next brush is the MAC 225. So this brush is really good for blending really harsh lines, and if you're in a hurry, it's awesome for that. You can also use it as a highlighter and a contour. So this brush is really good for that. The next one is, well, these are two. One's a Quo brush and one's a Sephora brush. I thought I'd include these. So this one is the Quo brush. You can get this at Shoppers Drug Mart. This brush is really nice for contouring, adding blush, and doing bronzer. I really like it for that, and it's cheap. So if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely do that. And this is a Sephora powder brush. I like this during the day. There's something in my brushes. Anyways, I like this during the day just to, you know, buff up my face and just add a nice finish with my loose powders or mineral powders. Anything like that. This is really good for just, you know, fixing up your face during the day, help the oily spots and whatnot. And I'll be right back. I'm missing one brush. Alright. So this is the 182 MAC brush. My most used brush. I use this every day no matter what, because I use this with my mineralized skin finish as a topper on top of my liquid foundation, just to set the powder in, and you know, it's awesome. I love this, and this is so good for applying powder foundation and mineral foundation, loose powder, anything. This is the best brush. Definitely invest in this one, because a Kabuki brush is like the best brush you'll ever buy. And most Kabuki brushes that you get at like the drugstore and whatever, they don't really work as good, but the MAC one is like lovely. I love it. So yeah, so those are all my brushes that I use on a daily basis. The other ones, they're just like drugstore brushes and whatever, so I didn't really want to pull those out, because these are like, MAC brushes are kind of the best brushes. But yeah, the next thing I want to try is the Sigma brushes, because I've seen so many reviews lately on that, and they all just look really good. So I'll probably order from Sigma soon and let you guys know how that goes, because that's good. That's a cheaper alternative to MAC. So yeah, so I hope you liked this video, and thanks for bearing with me for how long it took me to make this video, because I've gotten so many subscribers asking me if I can do this video, and I finally got to it. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.